Check, 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 mic, check.
2,
Check.
testing. 1, 2.
Sip of
Water good.
I thought we were gonna cheers. Okay. To live.
Cheers to live.
Okay, so Jason,
Sam.
how you been since the last time that we've been kind of hanging out for a while now?
Yeah. And it's been really good.
Yeah.
I've made a new good friend in Sam Johnson, and that's awesome.
Made a good friend in Jason.
Hubba, hubba, as my friend would say. Hubba, hubba.
Is that a nickname right there?
Yeah.
Hubba Bubba? Hubba
Or they
Bubba?
call me J Hubs. You know,
J
Hubs. Jason Hubbard. J Hubs for short.
Now we're on auto switch. So it'll go to me whenever I speak, and then it'll go to you whenever you speak. Isn't that neat?
It is.
That's
cool.
great. That's great. I'm not too worried whether or not we're gonna. Okay, So anyway, who is your God?
Jesus. Yeshua.
Yeshua.
Jesus.
Yeshua. So like YSH. How do you?
JESUS. Let's just go with Jesus.
Jesus. Okay. So was Jesus? When did you meet Jesus?
Jesus met me.
Jesus met you
at a crossroads in my young life when I was a little kid.
Were you a bad kid?
I would say I wasn't bad, but I did some bad things in my, some bad things in my kid life.
You rapped.
Yeah, I was a bad rapper.
No, you were.
One rap, and that's all it took. And then wrap it up, they said. I can't cuss on this show. Don't you know?
No, you got to do your one. The one that the first time.
Yeah, but it has some word explicits.
No, not the one you wrote in 12th grade or 12
grade.
years old.
Yeah. I have to do what?
You wrote one, and the first rap you ever wrote. I don't think that was explicit, was it?
Yeah. Well, not explicit, but it had some words.
It had some words. Okay. We'll just leave that out of here.
Yeah. And I can't do enough bleep bleep.
And I don't have the button for it.
My name's Kicking C, so don't mess with me. Or I'm kicking a beep in your whole flame tree if you know that small, big, or tall. Yeah, just yeah, down to the ground. Yeah.
Anyway, did you just God and Jesus and stuff? Did you go to church daily or weekly? I guess with your family and stuff.
Church was Sunday night.
Get closer to the mic. A little bit closer.
Sunday night.
That's too
Wednesday
close.
night.
That's perfect.
We had Friday night youth service and then Saturday night prayer.
Yeah.
Family prayer. So you got Sunday night, Wednesday night, Friday youth service, Saturday family prayer. That was 5 times a week, man. We used to go to church, man, back in the day. And so
I went once, maybe twice, but in my whole life. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, that slowly kind of
closer to the mic.
That slowly kind of changed over. They kind of narrowed it down a little bit. They changed from Wednesdays to Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I stopped going to church for a long time. I mean, a lot of people know me. I play music, and
so you know about these microphones.
I know about these microphones.
What's this cable right here? You know what this is?
That's a Vox cable. LXR. XLR
yeah.
cable.
But you work with mostly quarter-inch.
No, I use.
No,
XLR.
you don't. You use XLR?
Well, I do have microphones. I have some Sures.
Yeah.
I have for drums though.
Yeah.
I got some mic drums. I got a vocal mic SM58.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. And I got some Shure drum
I have
mics.
an SM58.
I'm sure that you do. You have quite a bit of. I see XLRs all back lined up.
Got the Rode and the Audio Technica.
the technique of Atia. I
Yeah.
see this, and that's very cool. I love.
It's a classic right there.
It's a classic. Where's your spit guard?
I have it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just I don't know, because whenever I could use it, but
When you're beatboxing.
only when I'm beatboxing. Anyway, so you can see how me and Jason kind of fell in love at first sight. I put it in the description where like we were volunteering in the kitchen, and then basically I said, hey, I do this thing where we sit and talk, and then we get deep conversation about stuff. We haven't really taken a plunge yet.
No,
What is your purpose?
Are dipping our feet in the water right now.
Here, what's your purpose?
My purpose in life is to spread the love around. More love in this world. We need it. I would say if a lot of people were to talk to you and you were to ask them about me, first of all, I know I feel like people feel that I'm an intimidating person.
Well, you are like 7 foot, so.
I'm 6'3". I'm a big guy. I mean, but I feel that I'm a teddy bear. But when it comes down to things that need to be done, I get a little OCD, and we need things done, and we need them done in a timely fashion and a prepped way. You know, and prep in my world, prep is like number one. When you prep things. Be it food, be it a project, whatever it is, when it's prepped right, that finished project is going to come out right, and it's easier to do that. So that's where I'm at, and if people think that I'm a little over top, I mean, so be it. I mean, I just want things done right.
You're a preparer.
Yeah.
A preparer.
Prepare. When you prep's number one. And when you, for these holidays, you prep the day before for a holiday dinner. You are able to get the food out and actually sit down and enjoy holiday dinner with your family and friends, other than sweating in the kitchen. Like if you're trying to like get things done the day of. Stuff like that just makes things easier.
Yeah.
I've worked in a collision repair. I mean, I'm just throwing out different scenarios of different things. But when I've worked in a body shop, that car that you do, the car that you're sanding down, it has to be done. The prep on that has to be done right in order for that, and then
for the paint to stick.
For the body work has to be done right. All the prep, taping, everything to perfection for you to spray that car and boom, for it to come out perfect. If there's one blemish in your prep, it's going to show through your paint.
Where have you worked?
As far as
like how many jobs have you had?
Man, in my life, in 43 years of living, and that's not a long time. Wow, I've done some things, but most of the thing, cooking. I've done a lot of cooking, but being a professional musician, a lot of times when you're off the road, that's where you go. You know, you're into the culinary world, and
have you traveled in a van?
Traveled in a bus. Tour bus, van, all over this country. Yeah.
Was that like whenever, like, because you've been in, I don't know like the timeline of your life.
Mm-hmm.
I only know little pieces and bits.
Bits and pieces.
Like at one point, you weren't living at home. At another point, you were living at home. At another point, now, I don't even know what you're doing now.
Right now,
I'll be straightforward. I thought you were one of the homeless folk volunteering for a second. And I can say that because somebody thought the same thing about me. So
Yep. Yeah.
I think when
I
you're
thought
in
the
there,
same thing about you.
did you?
I was like, and then I was like, well, I'm not for sure.
I shouldn't laugh at that. I mean, like,
Hey, at any time. And let me run down on that. At one time, about a little over 2 years ago, I was in a homeless situation in my life where, I thought I had the world by the gonads.
cojones.
Cojones. I thought everything was perfect. I had a nice studio apartment.
How old were you?
I'm 43. I was 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. Girlfriend that we were oil and water, didn't need to be with. It was hard to, very, very pretty woman, but at the same time,
Pretty crazy.
pretty crazy.
Pretty.
And I say that, I don't want people to get the wrong impression that I think that just everybody, like every female is crazy, because that's not.
Well, I
the-
told you that I was pretty straightforward whenever you said that you were trying not to, and I said she was crazy, and then you're like, yeah, and then I was like, well, you're probably pretty crazy for being with her.
Yes.
So I don't think that, I think that you can, if you can't call somebody crazy or stupid or smart or even give encouraging, uplifting things without and say that you're with them or like being around them, and then not let that, like, that automatically reflects onto you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It does.
Like I once heard somebody said that, like, if you get in a fight with your wife, if you get in a fight with your girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever it is, and you win, well, that makes her a loser. So, and nobody wants to be with a loser.
No.
And so when it comes to arguments, it's not like you're looking for a winner in the situation. You're looking to both become better out of it, because in the end you're reflective off that person. Sorry, that was my moment to interject. So you were with this girl for like 3 years, 5 years, 4 years?
Not even that.
10 years?
No, not even a year. And it just like knowing that this is not for me. But
Yeah.
there's some bad things, there's good things about relationships, but when you look at it all, and it just you're better off being out of the situation. That's where I was at, and I don't want to get it all into what happened, but I end up in trying to be nice and take her things, which she refused to take from my house, take them back to her. Things kind of from there kind of got a little messy, and where she didn't want that, and I don't know if she wanted to keep her stuff at my house or what, but I didn't need it there. And by taking it back to her house, she got upset, and long story short, I ended up in jail. And 4.5 months later, I get out, and man, people don't realize you go from being in your house to go and then leaving to go take something back to that person, never coming back to your house again for 4.5 months. Put yourself in that situation. 4.5 months, come back. You haven't paid rent. You got to think of all the scenarios that go down, and you haven't paid rent. There's, nobody knows where you are, supposedly.
Do you have any family here in Kansas City?
I don't. All my family's in Kansas, Chicago, Philadelphia. San Francisco. I have relatives lives in San Francisco and a few other places, but that's about it. And it's dwindling, slowly but surely. Family is,
Yeah, you're kind of in like a strange. You seem a little bit different right now than whenever we were in the kitchen like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Your aunt passed away.
Just on the way up to your house, I just got a call that my aunt just passed away 25 minutes ago, which probably now has been about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more than that. And so I just got that call or that text, and it's like
but you're still going through with this right now.
Like a blanket. Yeah, it's starting to weigh on me. For just waiting for instructions or what's going to happen. How my holiday is going to end up. There's some things that I have to hear back. But I always I put my trust in God, and things are gonna work out. I do know that my aunt, she's in a better place. She was the doctor gave her to the end of the month to live, so we're hitting that time. So
she had family there at the hospital with her.
she has the family. Actually, she died in the home.
Okay.
They kept her hospice or in the home. So, and I just I pray for my family, immediate and beyond, and that just things will work out. And pretty much a lot of people know when a family member dies, and especially if there's any money to be had or stuff like that, things can go south really quickly. And I just pray that the Lord will just keep his hand on my family and make sure everything just goes smoothly for this holiday. It's the first time I ever had to deal with something like this, other than my father passing away. And I've had my uncles pass away, but it was, my dad was a really big surprise. I was living in Los Angeles at the time and was coming home for a friend's wedding, and also to play his wedding, and also to see my dad for Father's Day. And I get into town, and my dad passes away on Father's Day, 2015. That right there, to never leaving on a train from Los Angeles, talking to your dad, and he knows that you're coming back, is kind of like I think he knew that I'm coming back. I can go now. I can leave this world. I can leave this earth. I didn't have a chance to talk to him in person before he left, but I just know, I feel his presence all the time, and it's just
Are you a lot like your dad?
I am. I'm not even. I have an older brother actually who is a junior,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody said, "Oh, Cliff is he's like my dad too." But we both got my dad's, just people that know my dad. He just knew he was a great man. He was military, Vietnam, served his country, served this country. It was great. He's Air Force airplane technician.
Really?
Yeah, and so very, very in the mind.
Intelligent.
Very intelligent.
Did you hear stories of that?
Some stories, yes. A lot of that though, my dad kept to himself. He was a very strong, proud man. He didn't even want to know let us know that he was slowly dying. It was like.
Did he have cancer?
he had Agent Orange and suffered also from diabetes too, but mostly the Agent Orange from the war.
Yeah.
Took my dad. My dad died a year and 6 days after his 70th birthday. And there's a passage always talks about being 70 is, anything after. My dad always had a saying. Everybody's like, oh yeah. My dad would say, anything after 70 is just bonus years. If you live to be past 70, it's just bonus years. And everybody like, oh, laugh, yeah, I'm gonna live to be 83. Well, there's 13 bonus years or whatever. But it was the craziest thing that my dad would always say that, and people would laugh, and people would, oh yeah. But a month and 6 days after his 70th birthday, he died in the hospital. They took him to the hospital the day that he died. So he was in the house. They took him to the hospital, and the emergency people, the medevac that came to pick my dad up, when they rolled him out, he said, my mom said he made a joke of telling them to set me up on the stretcher. I don't want none of my neighbors to think that I'm dead, And they all start laughing, and that was just my dad. That's just how he always had some kind of funny comment for something, and I miss the dickens out of him. But I do feel him every day, and I try to emulate my father in a lot of ways. And I'm old school to the bone. A lot of the new stuff that's come around, I haven't quite grasped yet. One day, I'll see it. I'll see the light. Everybody has to you have to move. You have to shift with this world. We can be. I've had to grasp onto that we can be the old bitter people, like, this is the way we used to do it back in the olden days, But hey, this world is changing, and we have to learn to shift with it.
We're coming right back around to that stuff, though.
We are, every 20 years.
That jean jacket that I got?
Yes. It's a nice jean jacket on you, too.
You wore that jean jacket a year ago. People would be like, who's that guy? Mm-hmm. You wear it today, then it's like, it's a nice jean jacket.
Yeah. And they're going for hot money.
Yeah.
There's all kind of stuff like that that's happened. Bell-bottom days we're in. The tight roll came back. I see people with the tight roll now, and I'm like, wow, I used to do that back in 6th grade, back when, and Chuck Taylors are back in then, or were then, when I was in 6th grade. I don't know if
Chuck Taylors have ever gone out of style. They've always been kind of there.
And
but today it's really there.
Yeah. But the tight roll and Chuck Taylors, we did that back when I was King MC back in the day.
King of the what?
King MC.
Is that
my little rap day back when I was 12? We used to wear Chuck Taylors, tight roll.
Where'd you grow up?
Topeka,
Kansas.
Topeka, out in the country too. Washburn Rural. Are you any of y'all out there? Waroo. Junior Blues. Let me hear you.
Topeka.
Top city.
In the country?
Yeah, in the country.
Yeah. How was your graduating class?
436 out of a school of 1750.
So it wasn't too country.
It was country.
But it was country?
When you have Washburn Rural as the name of your school, rural, that means country. We just had a lot of kids out there.
Yeah.
And I was
So wait, was your dad stationed out there then?
Forbes Field, yeah.
Yeah.
Not too far. And that's the reason why my family came from Japan. My dad went from when they were looking for places to be stationed, coming from Japan, they gave orders out to everybody to different places, and my dad had 3 orders that didn't come up, something, they lost the papers or something like that. So everybody had to put their orders back in to where they wanted to go. And my dad, of course, put his first two, that was the originals, and then he got to looking at the map and he said something just popped out at him. He don't know what it was, just Topeka, Kansas, Forbes Field. He's like, I won't get that. I'll just put it as my third. I gotta go. I'll put it as my third choice. You know, I'll get first or second, you know. And came back and they're like, Hubbard, we're going to Forbes Field, Topeka, Kansas. And all his friends start laughing. He's like, what? But they stuck there, and here we are. And my family, my oldest sister was born in Japan. She lived the first few years of her life there until they came back. And then my brother was born on base. And I was born in St. Francis, Topeka.
I gotta ask, is there any black people in Japan?
Of course. Of course.
What's that like?
I don't know, but yes, there are.
I mean,
Yeah.
of course there are, but like,
Yeah, but you mean that just like civilian that
yeah.
live there? I'm sure that there's a lot that have like stayed there. Yeah,
It'd be like an Irishman in South Korea.
yeah, or a black person in Montana, Idaho.
Or Kanye in where's he up in?
South Dakota. Where's
Yeah,
he at?
no, it's
I think he's in
Jackson Hole, which is
Montana.
Is it
No, Wyoming.
Wyoming? He
Yeah.
just bought like 18,000 acres or something.
Yeah,
180,000. I don't know. Somebody.
I'd do it.
I don't know why, but Kanye's been popping up in all these podcasts lately. His new album, I don't know, moves me. I like to. It's like my wake up tune. What do you listen to when you wake up? Do you listen to music?
I do.
Get
Being a
a
musician,
little
I
close.
do.
Come closer.
I do. A lot of people don't. They wouldn't peg me as somebody that listens to the music that I listen to, but I gear more towards a little country, old country.
Mm.
You know, Merle
Hank
Haggard,
Williams?
Hank Williams, Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard. Come on. You know.
I don't know who that is, but
Yeah.
I know everybody else you said.
Yeah, there's just a lot of great, just a lot of great old country out there that
Did you grow up on country?
I did. Growing up in church, we did a lot of the old country stuff, you know, like there's an old
Willie Nelson?
Willie Nelson. Actually, I got a story about Willie Nelson that I don't know if I should tell or not.
Oh, now you have to tell it. You can't just.
All right, so I used to live in California, guys, and oh man, Venice Beach, California. Used to live
How old
there.
were you?
This is probably, I want to say I've been here for almost 5 years, so I want to say probably about 7 years ago. I lived at 123 Catamaran. Had a friend of mine, Corey Phillips. He needed a drummer. I was living in Phoenix at the time, and needed a drummer out in California. And I went out, checked it out. Boom, boom, boom. We did our thing. Ended up staying in Phoenix. I mean in California. I'm sorry. And but unbeknownst to me, our neighbors behind us was Lucas and Micah Nelson.
You're going to fill me in. I know the names, but I
Well,
don't.
Lucas and Micah Nelson are Willie Nelson's two sons.
Okay.
And if anybody knows the Lucas Nelson band, they've been here in Kansas City a few times, Knuckleheads, stuff like that. Very great band. Yeah, I actually lived right behind them and didn't know it at the time. I knew Micah Nelson. He's a drummer as myself, and
Did you play music in the Wait, they were in houses? Were you in houses, or was it like a...
Yeah, they were houses.
Okay.
They lived on Buccaneer Street, and I lived on Catamaran. It goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and all the names of the A, B, C, they're all named a street, like B Street's like Buccaneer. C Street's Catamaran. D Street is Deering. I can't remember what the name was. E Street, F. I think there's a Hurricane. There's stuff like that. Just different names for the street.
But it was you could hear them practicing, and they could hear you guys practicing.
They
right?
never practiced at the house.
Okay. They probably had like a studio.
They got a studio they practiced in and stuff like that.
But you kicked it with them.
Yeah, well, I knew I knew Micah quite, better than I actually knew Lucas. I mean, like, Micah, we'd hang out and stuff like that. Then I'd see his older brother, Lucas.
Yeah.
And just one day, Micah came home. He pulled up in the back, and I'm working in the garage, and he's like, "Hey, Jay." He's like,
Wait, what were you working on?
Projects. I was putting something together. I can't remember in the garage. I can't remember what it was. But I was working on some project. Micah pulls up in the back, and he sees the garage door open. He's like, "Hey, Jay, my dad's home." I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, he's here just for a couple of days, just, come and hang out with his sons and stuff like that." And he has a big, out down in Austin, just a ranch, big ranch down in Austin. So that's where he spends most of his time. But he comes to see his sons in California, and Marina Del Rey is where it's at actually. I was like, "Oh, really?" And he's like, "Well, I mean, would you like to meet my dad?" And I was like, "That'd be an honor to meet your dad."
Yeah.
And so I quickly just that's why I can't remember exactly what I was working on. I just threw everything on the table, and I just kind of like closed down the hatch on the garage, and we went over and walked up and into the house, and there sat Willie. And I don't know how much I'm supposed to talk about things but I smoked a joint with Willie.
Yeah.
And,
the Willie Nelson.
The Willie Nelson. I got to smoke a joint with the Willie Nelson and watched him roll that joint in a half a second with one hand. It was the most amazing. I don't know how he does it. I mean, like, he doesn't smoke anymore.
Was he talking while he was doing it too?
Because he asked me where I was from. And when I told him Kansas, as soon as I said Kansas, he had it rolled in one hand. He's sitting there, and he's like, and Micah's like, "Dad, I want you to meet a good friend of ours. He's a next door neighbor. He's a drummer, friend of mine, and all this." And he's sitting there, and he's like, "Oh, how you doing?" And I was like, "It's great to meet you, Mr. Nelson." And he's like, "Where you from?" And as soon as he says, "Where you from?" I say, "Kansas." And he already had the stuff in his hand, and he goes, "Where you from?" "Kansas." It was a perfectly rolled. I ain't never seen nothing like it since. And I probably never will in my lifetime. I mean, like, Willie. Yeah, that was really cool.
That was really cool.
Very cool.
Willie cool?
Willie. It was Willie cool. Willie cool. Willie Nelson cool. Yeah, and I probably never experienced that again in my life. And Micah Nelson's a great guy. Lucas, they're great guys. I mean, they're very humble too, and it's like
for the sons of
of a star like Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson's a very humble man, and so I see it doesn't fall too far from the tree. And, it's wow.
I had that probably wasn't your first time smoking.
No.
The Mary Jane?
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
I got a buddy, my boss. Now you got me all like tiptoeing on what I can say in here and what not. But my boss, he's never had smoked marijuana in his life, right? And he had the opportunity. He went and flew down to Jamaica, he didn't fly to Jamaica, but he took a cruise out there and then got to be out, in Jamaica. And you know how Bob Marley Mountain, you can go visit Bob Marley Mountain, and you can get to the top of it, and on the mountain, it's legal. That's the only place in Jamaica that's legal to smoke marijuana.
Wow.
Yeah. And they sell it. It's everywhere. And he's up there. And he's never had marijuana. And he says one of his biggest regrets in life is the fact that he didn't smoke any marijuana on that mountain. Like, yeah, you had, and I'm thinking to myself here after you tell me the story, like, the only thing that could really top, being on the mountain, Bob Marley Mountain in Jamaica, the first time trying the old devil lettuce, is being in the same room as Willie Nelson and smoking with Willie Nelson. Like, can you think of any other musician? Any other that's...
I could think of some Snoop Dogg, but you know what? I'd rather been in the room with Willie than Snoop,
You listen to Snoop?
I do, every once in a while.
Didn't he go Christian here recently?
I think so.
No,
I think that was Kanye.
No, it was Kanye, but then there's I think
Snoop probably did too. They're all finding Jesus. You know how it goes.
I'm pretty sure, like, can I Snoop finds Jesus. Finds Jesus. We're gonna find something. I'm pretty sure he's like a Rastafarian or whatever, but then like
when you find that,
Snoop Dogg returns to Jesus. Releases gospel album.
Oh, nice.
The marijuana smoking, pimping gangsta rapper who cycled through Nation of Islam and Rastafari says he's now returning to his roots in Christianity. He just dropped a 32-track double gospel album titled Bible of Love.
Wow. That's awesome.
I've always referred to my Savior, Jesus Christ, on my records. I don't know if that's true.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Snoop says in an interview on YouTube, I would let people know I was a born-again Christian. Church is supposed to welcome sinners. If you find somebody trying to find a way back home, the naturally thing. Yeah, anyway, so.
Well, go Snoop.
Yeah. And that was April 20. Whoa. That was April 27th, 2018.
No, he's been a Christian. I can see that because
that was before Kanye's album.
Yeah, but you got to think that Snoop had to become a Christian to be what's her name?
Is this the one right here?
The cook.
What?
The cook, Martha Stewart.
What?
He has a show with Martha Stewart, and that's been going on for a while, so he couldn't be all like, my name is Snoop Dogg. It's my girl. This is my homie, Martha Stewart.
I don't know about that show. He's pictured here with some lady though. His high school sweetheart, I think.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's dumb. No, it's just like a picture like from like years ago. They couldn't find any other pictures, so they were like, this is a picture of him and his wife. They divorced, and he's got 3 kids with her or something.
Wow.
You ever been married?
No.
No?
No.
You ever plan to?
No.
No? Why not?
I just don't want to be married.
You don't want to be married? You have kids?
No kids.
You plan on having kids?
No.
Adopting?
No.
You seem very stern about this. Why?
Just in life, hadn't found the right person, and I think that having kids, you need the right
King
people.
MC.
You need the right people.
King MC.
You need the right people in your corner, and haven't found the right person.
Oh, I'm the right guy. We could adopt a kid together. Why not?
Let's do.
That would make a good reality TV show.
Yeah. We could do that.
King MC and the Steez. That was my DJ name. Now it's a
And
low
the
tone.
steez. I like it.
You like it, yeah.
I do.
And then you could just start your own podcast here, and then you could call it the name that you thought of.
What was it? Because my testimony is like really good.
Yeah.
And so I think it overshadowed what I said. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm here to remind you.
Hey,
You can hear yourself. Think of it this way: is that you'll hear yourself. Should I need to turn you up? I can turn you up.
Okay.
I can. Is this speak? Just go ahead and speak. And
Hello. How are you? There we go.
is that good?
That's good.
Is better?
That's great.
Now I gotta fix mine. There we go. Okay. Means I gotta. Okay. We should have probably done this at the beginning.
Yeah.
Now you can really hear like where you're at when it comes to the audio.
I can. It sounds like very professional.
But then if you're back here, then it's like.
Yeah. Hey. I like it now. Yeah.
So.
I feel like this is like Howard Sternish.
Howard Stern. Do you have an impression of him?
No, I don't. I wish man, he has impressions of people, but I can't do him. No. I think that you'll be a Howard Stern one day.
No. I'm the farthest thing from a Howard Stern.
Okay.
Maybe.
You just never know.
You're going far away from it again. So
I am.
It's
How's this?
That's fine. You can just lean back there like that.
Cool.
Like I say, you can take that with you anywhere.
Take it with me.
You can whisper.
You know what we should make? I'm going to make a 10-inch rod that connects from here to your neck. And then when you go forward, it goes this way and comes back this way. Yeah,
It's a collar.
It's a collar.
It's a collar that's on there, and it's like, it attaches.
$1 million idea right there, right on. Hey, don't nobody take my idea. Understand?
Oh my gosh! And not only that, but not everybody will have to use it. Not everybody. But
No.
if I'm like sitting down with somebody like you, who just keeps on rocking all the way back
Yeah.
away from the mic, then I'll say, look, you do that 4 more times, I'm gonna keep track. Then we're gonna have to put the collar on you, and I'll just have it sitting right here.
Yep. On goes the collar. Number 1. Collar number 1. Collar number 2. No.
Oh, do we have some collars?
Do we have collars?
No, but we have a sweet button that does reverb.
Nice.
Isn't that sweet?
It is nice. I like it.
Hey, let's hit the same note, or like.
Harmonize.
We're drummers, not singers.
There was this gold, was feeling fine, 8, 10 red shirts, right off the line, right off that line. He took a sweet, gave him a whack, and left them goats, on that railroad track,
Okay.
It's called Barbershop.
I'm glad we did that.
I like Barbershop.
I'm glad that
I
happened.
used to sing back in the. I still do. I still sing.
Were you in choir in high school?
I was in choir in high school. Ken Forsyth was my teacher. Rest his soul. Him and his wife are deceased. I'm showing my age here, no. But yeah, I love to sing. I was in freshman year.
Oh, you have a gig coming up.
Oh, I do.
We're gonna come back to. I want to know more about that, but you have that gig.
That gig, yeah. Let me plug that real quick. It's New Year's. We're playing at Stoney's Pool Hall.
Here, let's make a little advertisement. I'll give you this, both of these here.
Live at Stoney's Pool Hall.
What time?
8 o'clock.
Where's the
Stoney's Pool Hall. Look it up online because I forgot the address. I tried to look it up, and I just got this actually. I didn't plan on. I didn't really plan on playing anything here for the holidays or for New Year's because I was going to head to Tampa, Florida, and spend the holidays and New Year's down in Tampa. But things have, I believe, taken a turn for myself. Flippy flop. Due to due to different things that have come up, and I've shared a few of them with you. But yeah, you just gotta sometimes roll with the punch, and
or drink the punch,
and just hope that the punch ain't poison. So yeah, I am gonna stay here, and I just got a New Year's gig last night. It's kind of weird because it was presented to me, and I was like, I don't know if I can do that. I can't do that, but when this came up, or I knew this was something that's gonna happen here, I was like, I might as well like at least come back and take that gig, and now I know the reason why. So
do you live here?
I do.
Oh.
I do.
It sounds like you're like on the road, like you're just here for a minute and then you're gone. You live downtown?
I do. I live I used to live in North Kansas City, and now I'm downtown. I don't want to give my location out.
Check. That was not plugged in all the way. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Make sure yours is plugged in all the way.
I know it is because I can hear myself really good.
But it still had a connection. It still... I don't know. But you said you lived at downtown?
Yeah.
Do you have your drums in your car?
No.
Oh.
I have 3 kids. They're all put away.
It sounded like you said you have 3 kids, and then you said that they're all put away.
Yeah, my kids are put away. All down in a basement. No, just kidding. I have 3 drum sets that are put away.
CNC?
No, but I do know Bill Cardwell.
He grew up. I grew up.
With Jake?
I grew up down the street from him.
With Jake Cardwell?
I met Jake once.
Okay.
I brought this up in the last one. I used to tell people that, like, yeah, I know Bill. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's cool. And I'd be like, yeah, if you need, like, drums or whatever, then, like, let me know, because I know him. When really he lived just down the street from me. And so that it would always be like, they'd call me, like, a week later, hey, that drums, the hookup and the stuff. And I'd be like, yeah, totally. But it never happened because I didn't really... He was just down the street from me. But, like, whenever they right down the street, then it's like... And you're a kid. Mm-hmm. And you're like, yeah, I know him. Like, yeah. But it just never...
That's like my mom.
It never occurred to me that I didn't know them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, my mom's like that. She don't like to know her neighbors. I mean, I don't like to get on my mom for that, but she's a very private lady. And I don't know how much she's aware of that my mom's next door neighbor, or neighbor, I should say, is the founder of the band Kansas. His name is Kerry Livgren. Founded the band Kansas. Wrote the songs
Dust in the Wind.
Dust in the Wind.
How's that go?
And dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Same old song. Yeah. Now just we used to sing. We had to sing it because Carrie had a nephew that we went to school with. His name is Jake Livgren. And Jake, if you're out there, if you hear this, I'm sorry, man, but Jake was... My uncle is Kerry Livgren from the band of Kansas. I could care less. But anyway, Kerry's a great guy.
He wasn't like Willie's son.
Yeah, but arrogant. I'm sorry. I'm talking, and I hope he's not listening, but yeah.
No, he'll be fine.
But
Or it'll go viral, and then like he'll be pissed off at you. But then Willie's sons
care.
will be like,
yeah.
said some thoughtful things about us.
Yeah,
Maybe he does need to hear this. You suck. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe he's changed. I know there's some things that happened in his life that could possibly have changed him. So, and if you're out there listening or anybody knows him, I'm just saying.
Have you had anything happen in your life that changed you?
Yes, and that would be my dad passing. That really changed. That changed. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was I could be arrogant myself, I learned to be humble, but there's things in life that can bring you down so hard that, to rock bottom, where you have nowhere to look but up. And I believe I've been in that situation. And it makes, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, as the adage goes, I've learned a lot of, being humble. I see it in a lot of, like with musicians that I look up to. One being, I don't know how many people know, I've ever heard of J.J. Gray, and J.J. Gray and Mofro, a band out of, they're out of Florida, Jacksonville.
What genre?
Blues, rock and roll.
Yeah.
He's pretty much all over the map right now. I remember JJ 20 years ago from selling CDs out of the back of his van, to now.
CDs
of the band Mofro.
Okay. You didn't play drums for him?
No. But I knew they were a special band back then. They were just touring in a van. First time I seen him, there was 10 people at the show. Now he's worldwide, huge, signed to the biggest blues label in the world, and that's Alligator Records, who B.B. King was signed with, and amongst others, out of Chicago.
What's the biggest stage you played on?
Biggest stage I've played on, probably the Kansas City, is it the Raceway, Speedway? They had the Freakers Ball.
Kansas City Sporting.
Not the Sporting, but back at the race. I don't know if they do that around Halloween anymore. The Freakers Ball. I played with a band. I was with a band back then. We played 8 Degrees. Played let me think of the hair bands. Warrant, Slaughter, Quiet Riot. That was like 15,000 people, something like that, Be honest with you, I really don't like big, huge shows. A lot of bands are getting that way now. They're the more intimate settings are what they're looking for. They'll do few shows at the same venue just to have a more intimate setting than have like a big arena shows
Where they can actually meet the people after the show.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want a Red Bull?
In here?
Yeah.
You looked at it like that's the Red Bull spot. Do you want one?
Well, only if you're gonna have one.
All right. You want one?
I'll have one.
All right.
Cause I smoked a cigar on the last one, but he didn't smoke a cigar, and it felt kind of strange. And I think it's the same thing with energy drinks.
You don't have a cigar?
Do you want a cigar?
Do you want? Yeah.
Shoot.
Okay, we don't need a cigar.
Normally I keep them in right there.
Oh, okay.
Or
I
you could
like
just
this.
pull
I thought this is something that we rub, kind of like the Apollo, when you go rub the tree stump.
We can do that.
Before you come out.
We can do that.
Yeah, you know,
Like
they for good luck, they have the tree stump.
I've seen it. I was watching Apollo when like.
Cheers.
Thank you. It's not too cold, but it is cold.
It's all good. I had Mountain Dew at the Hope and Faith.
Oh, did you?
They gave away. They had all kind of Mountain Dew up there, man.
Did they?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Nobody told me about that.
Oh, man,
Who gave them Red Bull to give to the homeless people?
They had Red Bull to give to homeless?
No, I'm asking you that.
No, but that's the ghetto Red Bull.
Monster.
No, Mountain Dew.
Oh, Mountain Dew.
Yeah, them people chugging that stuff.
Oh, what were they giving out? They were giving out some kind of drink.
Okay, so in the little whatever the thing is, the big cooler,
Mm-hmm.
they put the dark Pepsi and Pepsi One and Diet Dr. Pepper. I think they mixed all three of them together, and then people were drinking that, and then they ran out of that, so they brought it back and started, and then it's filled with ice. Excuse me. With residue of Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, and Pepsi One. And they just filled it with Mountain Dew, like 2 cases of Mountain Dew. I'm like, aren't you gonna wash that out? No. And so they filled it in, and when it came out, it looked like ginger ale.
Yeah. When I thought it was just Dr. Pepper that got watered down.
It was the Pepsi One, and Diet Dr. Pepper,
And Mountain Dew.
At the end. Concoctions they loved because apparently everybody was drinking it.
I used to be one of those kids that was like,
Didn't care.
I would get what we would call it is suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd go in and you just.
Yep.
And I'd be like, I'm gonna get a suicide. I thought it. Now I look back at it and it was like, I only did that just to say I was doing that. Like, it never tasted good.
No.
It doesn't.
No, it don't.
Like, don't get me wrong though. I do some mixes. Get some Sprite. And about 3/4, sometimes, and you like 7/8 maybe around there, and then you top it off with Fanta.
Caffeine free.
Yeah. That's my caffeine-free drink. If I want to give it a little bit of a kick of caffeine, and I'll put a little bit of Rooster Booster in it.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. And then, also, if I'm really trying to I'm dead tired, you do something like 50% Mountain Dew, 50% Rooster Booster, and a hint of Surge. Yeah, that one's a pretty good one. That one's a tasty one.
Hint of Surge, wow.
Yeah. But Red Bull is, I think, my favorite energy drink if I were to like. So damn expensive, though.
It is. It's getting that way. Getting very expensive.
Did you ever take Ritalin as a child?
No.
No?
We grew up believing that was wrong.
Like medicine in general?
Yeah, for kids.
Medicine and, yeah.
Is there anybody that we could take a commercial break?
What, you have to use the restroom?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'll
Okay.
kind of entertain the audience.
Okay. Commercial break.
Commercial break. I'm trying to think of, if you go over there, you're going to have to use the sink.
Oh, okay. I mean, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, the left knob is the one that will rinse it out.
Okay.
And to get the light, it's on the right side, in between the shower. Bingo. Anyway, I got a story about Jason. No, I don't. I'm trying to think of something. Something to say. Something to say. This is the intermission. shout out to my mother, Tanya, as well as Robin, runs the kitchen at the volunteer room. And give a big shout out to everybody who is plastered on my drum set. That would be 96.5 The Buzz, Yellow Card. I believe there's a Chiodo sticker on there. And we're back. That was a quick little intermission.
That was. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Is that the first time you peed in a sink?
No. Actually, okay, so I'll be honest with you. Being a tall guy, everybody's house I go into, I pee in their sink. So anybody that's seeing this, I've been in your house, I peed in your sink. No, just kidding. Hey, I'm just being real. No, just kidding. That's not the first time I peed in the sink, though, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm actually I'm an outdoors guy.
Yeah.
And
Well, you lived outdoors at one point.
yeah,
We're going full circle here, right? Going back to it.
Exactly. But man, it's just it's freeing. It's like, I don't know. I mean, like,
That's the best.
yeah.
If you're out by a pond, my favorite is. Well, I want to know what your favorite pee spot is. I'm gonna tell you mine though. Smithville Lake. And you just drop them. And you stand there and hands on the hips, and you just go.
Yeah.
And it's got to be nighttime, full moon. I peed in a lot of places, but that place, that moment in time, that was the most freeing. The funny part about it is everything but, like, you know, where I was in the time of day. That's how I pee everywhere. Like at the Chiefs Stadium. That's the fun one to do that there is because there's that big trough.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about at Kansas City Arrowhead Stadium? And you go in there. And all these guys are just peeing in this trough. And you just drop your drawers all the way down there, put your hands on your hips so that nobody can get near you, you know? Like this is my space, okay? And put
yours is down there.
Yeah. Or just go like this, right, you know?
Wingspan.
I had the idea to put GoPros on foreheads and to do a race around Arrowhead Stadium once. I think that would be really cool.
That'd be cool.
This is the Red Bull speaking. What's your favorite place to pee? I mean, was there?
My favorite
Memorable?
place to memorable.
Most memorable place to pee? MMP TP.
Mine is to pee in a place that they can't trace. Pee in a place that you can't trace. Like, I have a couple storage units. They're in a basement. It's a nice place, but they have they have the drains with the the holes.
In a storage unit?
Well, they're in the hallways.
Okay.
But I use storage units to I have like somewhat of a little business where I buy and sell stuff, be it garage sales and stuff like that. And so I will put some stuff up on like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or whatever when I need to sell stuff. I mean, like, I find stuff and you can make money off of that. People know this. And
I used to buy and sell iPhones.
yeah, people do certain things. My thing is, if I find something worth money, I go to like thrift stores, garage sales, stuff like that, estate sales, stuff like that. You find stuff that one man's trash is another man's treasure, so to speak, and so when you do that, you need a warehouse, and so my warehouses are storage units, and so I have a couple of them where I can go in and I'll be down there and I'll be sorting through stuff. The bathroom's up on the first floor. And there's another one on the second floor. I mean, I'm in the basement, and sometimes I just don't have the time to go up there.
I get it.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you?
Yeah.
You don't.
Bing boom. Also, I like to when it's a nice time to. I like to do it out in the open. There might be cameras. I don't care, but be creative where they don't see you doing it. Like you turn up like behind a car, and you're yawning. Oh man! But they see your hands, and you're fidgeting with something up here, but down below, the drain's turned on, and you're not sitting down there like.
Yeah.
And so
you got to play it off like
I played that off. Knuckleheads.
You grab a phone.
Huh?
You ever grab a phone?
Yeah, grab the phone and you're like scratching your head, and you're behind the car. Are you behind the car? And
it's funny how we both have the same idea. We're like, you make sure to let them know you're not holding on to anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You're not holding on to anything.
When they see you're just like doing this, they turn
because
away.
if they that, and then also like if they do think that then it's like that's kind of impressive.
Yeah.
That's kind of I'm kind of impressed that like especially females because like that's they can't do that. I mean they gotta.
And I've had so many females that get mad. Why are you doing that? One being
you have to. You gotta go pee sometimes.
One being somebody who I see. She's like she said, "Don't you ever do that in my yard." And I have. She won't see this, so it's all good. I have. And she's just got to deal with that.
Have you ever number two'd anywhere but a toilet?
Yes, I have. I've done here's one. Brody Buster. I hope you listen to this one. If y'all heard of Brody Buster, he got a one-man band out right now that's just killing the charts. When he has his trio band, I was his drummer for probably about almost 5 years. Playing with Brody, we've opened up for B.B. King, Buddy Guy, Lyle Lovett, Eddie Money, Taj Mahal, all that kind of stuff. The good old blues and rock and roll, if y'all like that stuff. But Brody Buster, we played a show. I want to say it wasn't. Is it Independence? Maybe it might have been Grandview. No, not Grandview. It might have been It was down south somewhere in Kansas City here, and it was actually on this day. This is a few years ago.
December 23rd.
December 23rd, because it was a Christmas show we played, and they weren't going to be open the next day. Well, they wanted to try to stiff us on some of our pay. Like our money is gonna be funny, and one thing a musician don't like is his money to be funny. When we play our hearts out, and then you want to come at the last minute and say, "Oh, we don't do that," and so it ensued at the end of the night. It ensued to like we stood our ground, and they had to pay us. I mean, it's like back in the olden days, people don't realize this, but blues musicians, they carried around pistols. And if you didn't pay the band their money, they'd lay that pistol out on the.
What?
And it was intimidating. You watch
90s?
No, this is back in the 50s and 60s.
Oh.
Yeah.
So did you have a pistol?
No.
But okay.
I don't. But sometimes I wish I did.
What?
But they would do that. So we're getting back to have I took a crap anywhere.
Number two.
Number two.
Number two.
Number two. Anywhere other than the toilet. And yes, I did. And so we were mad at the venue. The bar.
They didn't pay you.
They did. They ended up paying
They
us,
ended
but
up
they
paying.
got they got really ruthless with us, and you need to leave. And once we packed our stuff, once we were done with the show,
He didn't have a pistol, but he had a colon.
yes, we packed the stuff, and they was like, they paid us the money, and they was like, leave, get out. I'm like, man, Merry Christmas to you too. It was just the three of us, and but before I left, I was like, I gotta use the bathroom. I don't know if they even caught it, but so I went in the bathroom and took off the back of the lid.
This is what we call an upper decker.
And this is what we call an upper decker. And I let loose up in there and put that lid back on. I even wiped myself and threw the toilet paper in there too. And I know that they had, and then they closed down for the 24th, which is Christmas Eve day, and then Christmas Day was closed. So they come back on the 26th too, 3 days later. That's what you get for messing with us. You pay your band, you pay your people.
That happened to me once. I do photography.
Mm-hmm.
I drove all the way down to Wichita, Kansas. Right? That's a drive. That's like a 3-hour drive.
It's 3 hours.
And I didn't charge much. I think I charged like $200, which for somebody to drive down there, and I was staying at a friend's house, and it's partly, it's nice to go kick it with a buddy, but still, you're working.
Yeah.
So I went in there and I was taking pictures, and they didn't pay me even a deposit or anything. This is when I learned my lesson. You need to get a deposit. And they start, deposit. And then after that, they started telling me like, "Hey, we need you to go do this, take pictures here. Oh, we need you to go." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." I'm kind of in the back room taking pictures of like, whatever people. Actually, I'm taking a picture of like the DJ who like, one of the crew members for the rapper, right? So he moves on, and so I'm still trying to get this one perfect portrait, which I manually shoot. So I'm trying to get their eyes perfectly in focus, and I'm zoomed in times 5 times 10, right? And I'm looking at it and just trying to get perfect. Unfortunately, Canon, you can't focus on the eyes with that camera. That's another topic. Anyway, so I'm like, got it. Get out of my shot. Because he was like behind him. Get out of my shot. He walks by. I'm trying to get the shot. And he starts tapping me on the shoulder. He's paying me to take pictures of the crew, right? I'm taking pictures of the crew. He starts tapping me on the shoulder. I look at him. I'm like, what? He's like, we need you to go take pictures of people coming in the front. And I looked at him and I said, okay. I'm going to take this picture and then I will go up there. So they're already getting on my nerves. Didn't give me any kind of money. No compensation so far. This is the first time I'd ever worked with these people too. Other than I built their website and they paid me on time for that, kind of. So then I go to the front and I start taking pictures there. And they tell me more. Hey, we need you to go back there now. Okay. So I go to the guy, my contact, and I say, I need to get paid. Oh, well, we're good for it. Like, I know you're good for it, but I need to get paid now. Oh, no, don't, like, we'll get you your money at the end of the show. Look, I'm not going to stay till the end of the show if you don't pay me now. And they treat you like somebody, like you are in the wrong.
Yeah.
And it's so manipulative and it's so socio just
Pathic, yeah.
Yeah. And like, they're like, no, we're gonna pay you at the end of the like, no, this is how it's gonna go.
They have every intention not paying you too.
Yeah. And it's like, look, man, I'm here. I'm gonna take the pictures. Like there's not a trust issue because like we have a somebody that like it's not that I don't trust you. It's like no, I don't. If you don't pay me my money, I just won't give you the pictures. It's that easy.
Yeah.
I won't give you any of them. I won't edit them. Whatever. So then finally, at the end of the night, or I'm sorry, not at the end of the night. At the end of this whole entire ordeal, he calls this other guy over who has the money. And he's all just irritated. Like, I don't know. That really gave me like a really bad feeling of like I don't want to be in that industry.
Yeah.
That's kind of whenever I just kind of like booked it out of the music industry entirely. Because I used to be heavy in the music industry doing music production as well as like, and I found out I had to be a DJ for anybody to hear my music. So that sucked because who wants to be a DJ?
Yeah.
Let's be honest about that.
Did they end up paying you your money?
Yeah, they ended up paying me my money.
Okay.
But it was in vain.
Yeah.
And so when you get paid in vain, it feels like you're working in vain. Like it's like you don't want to work for people like that.
And
I know not everybody's like that.
Not everybody's like that, but it's best to, I had to take a step back too, just like you said, and because like you said, people they think you're dumb, they think you're stupid when it comes to like. I'm like, look, I've been in this game for a while. You're not gonna like get anything over me or anything like that. We're just not gonna work together, and so I gotta get half up front.
Yeah.
After
that, I made sheets that.
Yeah, you write out contracts.
Yep. Yeah. But
if you don't have it in paper, and I don't care if they say they're your best friend, your family, anybody, I don't care who it is, write it out in contract. Because even your family, they the worst sometimes. They'll stick it to you. Well, we're family. You should nah.
That's hard. That's a rough one. I don't think I think I just stopped doing any photography or any kind of like work for my family because it was just
Yeah.
Well, yeah. When I think of it, like if I hope that whenever I'm in the position that if I have a nephew that does any kind of DJing, whatever, I get married, if I use any of my like, I would like to pay them more. I would like to pay them more than what they charge me.
Yeah.
I want them to tell me their price, and then I want to pay them like double.
Yeah.
I would hope that I get to the financial stability to where I can do that. Just because, it just is a punch to the gut to somebody who's an artist, a creator. Like these aren't just pictures I'm taking. Like these are, like, this is an art. As much as you think that you're a photographer, going out there with this silly smartphone and snapping photos vertically, oof, you want to really get under a skin of a photographer? You don't take pictures like this. You take them like that. If you ever see a picture, No, that's why selfies are just, they irritate me because they're always taken vertically. Not always, but
No, I hear you.
I think just selfies in general irritate me.
Very much so. I got people that.
What do you think of that? What do you think of selfies?
Selfies are like DJs to me. I don't like them. Selfies, I've maybe taken 2 selfies in my. I don't take a lot of, and I own a camera. I don't take a lot of pictures though. I mean, like, first of all, selfies. I just.
Are you on Snapchat?
Mm-mm.
Instagram?
Nope.
Are you on any social media? Facebook?
Yep. That's about it.
Yeah.
Think about getting off of that.
Do it.
Serious, man. It's like it's serious, man. Like, Facebook. I'm sorry. Facebook has,
I got it. Here, hold on. I got it.
Facebook is it's
That's a little too high. Hold on. I got it right there. Okay.
It's evil. Social media in general is things are. I'll put it to you this way.
Yeah, let me hear you rant.
I'm old school about it. Old school about it. I think a lot. I think a lot of what has happened in people's lives. We got a lot of. If you let me just dwell on it, infidelity. We got a lot of just people that things just wasn't like it was back in the day. Like when we didn't have cell phones and you get. I mean, I look at most of the stuff that comes over my Facebook right now is you want to get back with your ex or how your ex is cheating on you with her phone. She's texting other people while you're asleep, and there was no way you could. I mean, back in the day, 70s, 80s, early 90s, there wasn't a lot of.
You just had to trust.
It was a trust. We didn't have a cell phone. Cell phones make things so easy to do everything. If you look at it, back in the 80s, they had I think it's a meme that everything that we had back in the 80s for entertainment cost us about $30,000 to have in the home. If you think about it, all the things that we had to keep us entertained now on one device, and that device is this phone right here. Your stereo, your radio, your TV, your computer.
TV.
I said TV. Your video, your camera, your black book with all your names in it. I mean, we can keep going. I said the videos, your camera, black book,
recorder,
stereo, computer, recorder, TV, radio. I mean, everything. We used to have these big stereos, flashlight, everything. Plus you got Google that tells you everything you need to know about life and whatever.
Kind of.
Everything
they get close.
They put on this little contraption right here so that you can walk around like this. And when I lived in LA, it used to bother me so bad that people would just be walking around town doing this, not looking up where they're walking. And I'm like, seeing people coming towards me with a phone, not looking where they're going. I'm like, I'm not moving. We're going to play chicken. And I'll walk right straight smack dab into them. Boom! And they're like, whoa, just like you was talking about, like I did something wrong. I'm like, and I tell them, I said, look, if you look up and get off that phone, you would have seen me coming. I did it as a look.
Just like a train, just
boom. And they look at you like, oh, I'm like, yeah, get off your phone. Same thing in cars. I lived in Venice. I got hit by a woman in her car. I was crossing the crosswalk. There are lights that when you get into the crosswalk, there are lights that start flashing that says somebody's walking. And it was in a construction zone. And I looked at her coming towards me, and I'm like, is this woman going to and as soon as I said, is this woman going to I tried to say stop. And as soon as I said, is this woman going to boom? And she just flat out hit me. I went this direction. My bike went that direction. I flew out of my shoes. I mean, it knocked me out of my shoes. And she pulls over to the side. The first thing she does, gets out of the car and grabs my bike out of the street. Moves my bike to the side onto a pole. Then comes back out and asks me, am I all right? I'm sorry, people, but I kind of went off on that lady laying in that street, I could have been, and there's cars driving right past my head. Somebody called the ambulance, the fire truck, everything came out. Then the lady had the audacity to lie to the cop and tell them that I'm the one who ran into her, and I'm trying to get some like settlement or something like that. I'm like, you have to be kidding. I did not sign no papers, because to this day, this happened like 7 years ago, and to this day, that woman, she still can't get that off of her record, even though she's told them like blah blah blah. I never signed nothing, so it's still on her record that she hit me. I never got anything for it. Only thing they did, they paid for my I had to go to a doctor, to
Get your inspections.
Yeah, get my inspections, make sure everything. My
Check under the hood of the car.
Yep, make sure I was good.
Your hood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so that was paid for. Other than that, I didn't get any settlement. I did not set out. It's kind of funny. I set out that morning I was actually going to the store to grab some art supplies to go back and do some art. And
to say the least, you never did finish that painting.
No.
I was trying to make light of the situation.
Yeah, never finished it. The cool thing was the doctor who works on my back, come to find out,
I'm listening.
He is
I can't make noise or else it was transferred to me.
Oh, he's
the camera's switched to me. We're both men here. I just had a readjustment.
Hey, you had to readjust. I had to use the bathroom.
These pants are tight. These jeans are too tight.
Yeah, but the doctor was none other than Cyndi Lauper's old tour guitarist.
Cyndi Lauper is a babe.
She's hot now,
isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
I think. I don't know.
She's hot. She's all blonde now. She was back then. She was blonde and red, and yeah, she's the Cyndi Lauper. So this guy was Cyndi Lauper's old tour guitarist, doctor now.
She's about your age, isn't she?
She's way older than me. She has to be in her 60s.
Looks like she was born here. Oh, she's 66.
66.
1953.
Yep. Still touring, though.
So are you?
We're doing what we can do.
I wish I would have played a little bit more music than I did the acoustic thing, but I don't know. I never was like a live kind of guy, because I couldn't ever keep, not keep time. I could keep time-ish. Like, I wasn't the best, but I didn't know when to transition. Like, I would play 18 bars instead of 16 on the hats, and then switch into the ride, and so like, oh, I'm behind there. I should have done a little drum fill right there, and then switch to. I think I could be better now, though. Honestly, I think it was partly because it was like I was 16 whenever I played for like my church band, and so I didn't understand the structure of music. And so it wasn't until I was probably 21 that I started producing music, and then I really started to grasp the structure of music, where your intro and then your chorus and then your bridge, your verse, chorus. I don't know what they're called, but I know how to. And I showed you some of my real simple songs, but there's a couple ones that it's really strange. It's like playing, there's like playing by ear, and then music production while playing by ear, And then there's also like playing by ear, and then like structuring music by ear. So I've never really been taught. Like nobody really told me this is how it goes. I've recreated one song at one point, and that gave me the structure for like simple trap music. 16 bars and then of just like no kick, no snare, melodic. Drop it into a 16, 32 bars of with the kick and the snare, and then drop everything out and have like and then 32 bars of a build up, or 16 bars, 32 bar build up, but then of that another 16 bars of a little kick, 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 and then like 4 bar,
boom.
Yeah, one bar of just like I'm gonna get it, and then like then it hit. There's the drop. That's where the 808 goes. And then with the right, and then you got 16 bars of that, but within that 16, 4 bars prior to the end of that 16, right? You just come in with that clap.
Yeah.
And then just like 1 bar right before, you drop everything out, including the trap, and then you add just like a snare drum. And then it goes into the next drop where you add the hi-hats, and then you maybe change up the melody a hair, and getting out of breath just thinking about it.
Wow.
And that's how you make trap music, ladies and gentlemen.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
That's awesome. I am a drummer who feels. Yes, people come to me and they're like, I'm the Dennis Chambers. If anybody knows anything about drummers,
When is the show again?
this is the New Year's Eve.
Okay. I really wish I had cymbals for that. We could honestly just like swing the camera around and then just like, that'd be dope. I kind of plan on doing something like that when I do have musicians in here, to where we could get a little bit of taste of, that groove.
We'll talk. I have a set of cymbals available.
I know you do,
Cheap.
and I just
Cheap.
sold mine, man.
I
I bought mine for $600. The Fast Crash, bought the A Custom Fast Crash 18, the 16, the Mastercraft A Custom hi-hats, and then you've also got Ping Ride 22-inch Ping Ride,
Mm-hmm.
and then they also gave me a 18-inch China, Oriental China, and I bought that all for $600. 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Around 10
wow.
years ago, 600. I ended up selling it all. I needed the money about a year and a half ago, 2 years maybe ago, and sold it all for like around 1,500.
You should have sold your drums.
Why?
Because it's hard to get cymbals back. Drums you can get anytime. You can get drums anytime, but cymbals are. You think you're gonna get a lot of? How much you get off them?
I got a lot of 1,500. I made money off of them.
You got $1,500 off them cymbals.
Yeah.
You bought them for $6, got 15.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Anyway,
That Oriental China, I was like 14. No, it was 12 years ago. I was 14, 27, 15 years ago. Doesn't matter. I was like 14 years old going in there. I had $300. My mom was like, I'll match you for whatever money you got.
that's how my
I'll
parents
match
did.
you.
Whatever
match
you
you.
got, and I
saved that for like 6 months, 7 months, 8 months.
let me say
Seven
something
months.
to
Long
all the kids and young people out there, and your parents. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but my family, that's how my family was back in the day. If we wanted something, my dad's like, you pay for half of it and we'll match. Nowadays you got people like buying their kids cars, and and I guess it's because they want try to feel they want.
Here's the justification: safety. That's a big one, I think, with parents that buy brand new cars. It's safer to buy a newer car.
Yeah, but the thing, what I'm getting at is if you're a parent and you buy your kids a car,
a phone,
anything like that.
That's what I do with the phone.
With money. Kids wreck the car. Oh, I don't care. My parents bought it for me.
Yeah.
But when you go in with them, you say you buy half of the car or whatever, you'll match them or something like that. They put in their money too with that, and so they take care of the thing that they get. If it's a $3,000 car and they put $1,500 and you put the other $1,500 into it, you did that. You helped them out, but they learned they put that money and they pay for insurance or whatever. They're gonna take care of that because they worked for that.
Yeah, but kids don't work today.
That's the problem.
Maybe they do. If you are out there, if you're a kid and you work,
call in
and
let us know.
If you're a kid out there that works 30 to 40 hours a week,
60, 70
while you're going to school, whether it be high school. If you're a junior high school, okay, maybe don't call in. But
elementary.
I'm talking college kids. If you're working 40 to 50 to 60 hours to 100 hours a week, then call in. We'll match whatever you make.
Exactly.
I don't know why they don't do that. Why wouldn't the government do that? Why wouldn't the government say, "Listen, we'll match"? Like that's what a responsible government would do.
No, our government
what do you
took
think
all
of your
the
government?
old cars away. And I don't care about there's safety and all that stuff, but you know what? There's a lot of these cars that are getting recalled that you think that are safe that are getting recalled because they don't know how to make cars. They don't know how to build houses like they used to. They don't make cars like they used to.
You sound like an old man.
I am an old man. They just don't make stuff like they used to, and it's all plastic and aluminum. And when you hit one of them or you look at a car wrong, it blows up or whatever. Give me an old steel car. You know, I like that old steel car. You know, my vehicle, I don't even have a vehicle that's 2000.
There you go. I got a 2016. I love it.
I have, and I'm gonna go. I specifically searched my vehicle out.
You found your baby.
And found my baby because it's a 1999, and because that was the last year before they started putting
poo-poo parts?
GPS into cars and stuff. I don't have a vehicle that has GPS. So when they come looking for me and I throw my phone away, you know why? They ain't gonna find me. No, just but you know that's the reason why I do that. I mean, like, and I have a great van that you know.
Do you? So you have Facebook?
I do.
So does that mean that you're up to date on all the political crap?
Nope. I barely look at it. I probably got like 300 something requests right now because I don't look at it every day. I got 500 and something right now of.
Did you vote?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Opposed to all the lies you've been telling me before this? I'm just kidding. That's what Dr. Phil said once on a podcast. He said that people who say that I'm going to be honest with you, what it means to him is that
they haven't been honest earlier.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you like I'll have previously. Dr. Phil. Dr. Sam.
No, I've got a pretty good Dr. Phil. Now I forget how to do it. Now who we have here is Jason, and he's got a problem with masturbation.
I do, Dr. Phil.
And we're going to zone in on this issue, and we're going to try to figure it out. Now, we've got the crowd here because we really want to make them feel uncomfortable. And we're going to ask him here a couple things. What is it that, is it the Kleenex that's handy, or is it the lubricant that is nosy? That was a joke.
That's a man.
I've been working on my comedy skit for a while, and I was thinking about doing the Dr. Phil impression. But some people think that I'm not really that great at doing impressions, but I think that there's some that I'm really good at, and then other ones that are just I'm not really that great at. But I think that Dr. Phil is something that I think that maybe I should work on.
Dr. Phil, do it.
Yeah, just keep on working on that. But
I'm not great at any of them. I mean, I do some things that are funny, but impressions, I'm not.
Do you watch Family Guy?
Every once in a while, I do.
Yeah, I've seen the Paperboy sometime now.
Oh.
Yes, yeah.
Herbert the Pervert?
Yeah.
Have you seen that episode?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, there's that creepy old neighbor. and Chris, it's one episode specifically that I remember hearing it, and I did it, and I was just like, that's it. It's when Chris gets a job as a paper boy, and he delivers the paper to this old man, right? And then Chris goes out of town or something, and then the episode changes completely, and they're on vacation or whatever. But by the end of the episode, there's like recordings on their voicemail, and when they come back from the vacation, and it's like the close of the episode, and it's this old man going. It starts off,
I've seen the Paperboy sometime now.
and this is another thing. He would ride his bike in front. He'd stop and have a conversation with.
Hey, Chris, how's it going? Haven't seen in a while. You want to come downstairs? I've got some popsicles in my cellar.
Hitting on Chris. Anyway, you just gotta watch the episode. That was a little bit of Red Bull talking.
Yeah, that was Red Bull talking right there.
Just go Google. Well, here, I'll show it to you.
Family Guy.
Here, I've got it right here.
See, I used to do the hello, children.
Who is that?
That is Chef.
Yeah,
from
Chef.
South Park. Hello, children. I got a song for your mama. Suck on my salted chocolate ball. Put a bit of suck 'em. Ooh.
No kissing.
I can do a little bit of Cartman right here.
No kissing my papa.
Yeah.
No kissing my papa.
Yeah, Papa. Yeah. No. Oh.
Oh wait, I gotta pause this.
Freezer full of popsicles.
There you go.
It's like girls are a different species or something.
Oh, who needs them? You like popsicles?
Well, sure.
And you need to come on down to the cellar. I got a whole freezer full of popsicles.
No thanks. I gotta get going.
Oh, don't make me beg now.
You're funny. Bye.
Get your fat ass back here.
Ah, it's so nice to be home.
You have 113 new messages.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I was just wondering, where the newspaper boy was. Haven't seen a newspaper in a couple days. Wondering if you ever gonna come back. Guess who? Sorry to leave you so many messages. Just lonely here, thinking about the muscle-on paper boy. Wishing he'd come by and bring me some good news. Where are you? Oh, you're starting to piss me off, you little piglet son of a bitch.
Woo! Hey, where are you?
You never seen Herbert the Pervert?
I never seen Hubbard the Pervert, but hey, I got some popsicles here for you. Lord, yeah, I watch that stuff when I see it on.
Well, you're talking to a guy who I haven't had cable in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 1, 2 since 2013.
That's good.
2000 like more than 6 years.
That's good, because you got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And when you got a lot of stuff going on, and when you're trying to do stuff, you don't need cable.
Yeah.
Cable.
All you need is World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
You play video games?
No, I do have some video game.
You have a console?
Yes, yeah.
Xbox?
Nintendo. Yeah.
64?
No.
Nintendo DS?
Yeah, the little one.
Okay. Like where you?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I used to have a PlayStation 4 and sold that. I used to have the original PlayStation. Sold that. I can tell you the original PlayStation, I sold that in 1999. Because...
Pretty damn old, you know that?
I know, I'm pretty old.
You're so old.
I'm old. 1999, because I was 21 back then.
You're 21 in 1999?
In 99, or 90, yeah, 98, 99, something like that. Well, anyway,
Were you there for the 2KY?
Yes, I was, and I freaked out.
You freaked out?
I closed my bank account. I did all kind of stuff, man. Y2K, I sure did. They was like, man, the apocalypse is coming. And I was like, okay, apocalypse,
Did you go to a party that night?
Mm-mm. Back then, I stayed in home. I probably had a gun with me back then. I stayed at home, and also when I was 27, I stayed at home. I mean, the whole year I was 27, I locked myself in. Everybody's like, you a buddy, you a bright musician. But you know the 27 game.
I'm living it right now. I'm 27.
Yeah.
How did you know?
Well,
I'm just kidding. I told you.
No, you didn't, but...
I thought I did.
No. But the 27 gang, think of all the musicians that died at 27.
Kurt Cobain.
Keep going. There's a lot of them.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yep. There's a lot of them.
You're probably pretty impressed that I know those two.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rome from Sublime.
Yep.
What's her face?
Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking.
Robert
DeLong.
No, Robert Johnson.
Robert Johnson.
Blues musician back in the day, died at 27. Robert Johnson's like the...
Jim Morrison.
Yeah, Jim Morrison. There's a lot of 27s.
Yeah.
A lot. And there's more than that.
Yeah.
I've seen a whole poster full of them. Filled the whole poster up.
Well, I'm almost done with 27. So.
Good. My whole year of 27, I stayed in the house. If I had, I'm not gonna lie too. I stayed in the house, bro. I was like, and I had a gig. I made sure I knew where that gig was and got the gig, played the gig, packed up. I didn't go party with people. I went straight home, and and I did. The people was like, man, dude, we don't never see you out. I was like, yeah, I'm 27 years old. I ain't trying to like, I knew all about that. And I was like, I'm not trying to join the 27 party.
Who is in that? I want to see a list.
Yeah, just Google who's all in the 27 party, or who died, what musicians died at 27. There's a bunch.
Janis Joplin.
Yep.
We named most of the ones that are top iconic.
Yeah, I forgot about Janis. Any more?
Chris Bell.
Yeah.
Brian Jones. Robert Johnson.
Yep. Robert
D.
Johnson.
Boom. Chris Bell.
Yeah, Robert Johnson's probably the oldest, the one that started that one up, probably.
This is. That's what I remember reading something on that.
Yeah.
I don't know what got me there. Because I was worried about passing gas. And it wasn't getting out, and so I thought,
My life just passed. This is it. This is it. Make no mistake where you are.
Make no mistake where you are.
This is it.
What song is that?
Man.
Do you sing while you play the drums?
Yeah, I do.
They mic you up
Yep. I got a mic.
with your Shure SM85.
SM80. SM80.
Oh no, it's a
58.
Sennheiser.
You got a Sen? Oh, that's even better.
E825S.
That's even better.
Is it?
The Sennheisers are very nice, bro.
I got Sennheiser.
Yeah, you got it going on, buddy.
Well, I think we're about to a close.
Yeah.
I
It's a good old hour.
I kind of want to get like a cigar, and enjoy one after the show with you.
That's cool.
And then take this combo off air. If you're listening, and I think there was some people listening, 2 people watching with which it's this computer and that computer. So it was just us. It was just nobody watched, but it's going to be available on Apple and podcasts. And there's people in Sweden, South Korea, Ireland. Those people listen to this. It's really strange. Maybe they just click it and then they don't listen to it. But I'd like to think that they do listen to it. So a big shout out to those in all of those European.
Yeah, all
other
the European
continents.
countries that are listening.
Asia.
We want to wish you
Very Merry Christmas.
very happy holidays and however you celebrate.
Oh, do you celebrate
And,
Kwanzaa?
I don't.
Do you know anyone who does celebrate Kwanzaa?
I probably do, but I don't know that they celebrate Kwanzaa.
Okay.
Just give a shout out to my family and all my, the friends out there that, far and few between nowadays. People call you your friends, but hey, I want to give a shout out just to everybody and let's make the world a better place and peace and love and happiness. That's what I have to give.
And
Thank
go
you.
volunteer. Go volunteer at your local, because you'll meet people like this.
Soup kitchens, it was so gratifying for us to be volunteers and play Santa for a few days.
I feel like we didn't talk about that enough. We worked.
We worked our behinds off.
Yeah,
on some
filling
really cool
up
stuff.
some bags of
Gloves and just
scarves
and
beanies,
beanies and blankets and
cups.
and cups and
Cups are important.
and hygiene equipment, different things for people to to give them a better
I might
New
put their
Year's.
donation in the thing, and I'll put where you can donate to Hope Faith. 'Cause
Yeah,
that-
705 Virginia, Kansas City, Missouri. Their address is 705 Virginia, Kansas City, Missouri. It's called Hope and Faith.
Hope Faith Ministries.
Hope Faith Ministries.
Yes.
And it's Jason and all them people. Miss Robin in the kitchen. I mean, they got a good thing going, and I just when
And
I'm
we
here,
didn't
I
mess
just-
it up.
Yeah, we didn't mess it up, and we just want to support that, and so that people have, a good 2020 coming in. That's what we wish for, is people to have a great 2020, New Year's and stuff like that. So, also want to give a shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs doing their thing. I know I'm a big Chiefs supporter, and yes,
Look behind you, by the way. You see that? Priest
I
Holmes,
did see
Mahomes,
the-
and
I see the
your
Priest.
shot.
I did see that, and that was awesome. I looked at that. Priest Holmes. We just got a number of great. We just got a great team that just came out, and they're selfless. They're not ball hogs. They're me bigger than you. Everybody's on the same page, and we're just turning it up slowly but surely to get to that Super Bowl in Miami, and let's do the thing. That's what I gotta say.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll switch to the wide shot so we can get this momentary just No. Because if you hold it like that, then it means that like you're
Oh, that yeah.
possessing me. If I hold it like that,
Yeah,
then
that's
it's-
right. You're right.
So it has to be right in the middle, or else
Right in the
the
middle.
diversity squads will come after us because
That's
we
right.
want this to be. This is
yin yang.
This is This is monumental.
Definitely.
Okay, so I can't push the end the stream on. Maybe I can. I can't. So I gotta let go. But here we can. Thanks for watching. Wait, I need to.